Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been watching, you know I've covered the last 3 episodes of Stranger Things Season 5, and honestly, Episode 4, The Sorcerer, might be the biggest one yet. This episode doesn't just move the plot forward, it basically flips the table and tells us, nope, this is the real story now. So let's break it down. The Max situation, the insane Demogorgon battle, Hopper and Eleven's discovery, and the massive Will Byers reveal that changes everything. Seriously, after this episode, it feels like the final battle might be Will versus Vecna more than anything else. Alright, let's start with Max. She's still stuck inside that twisted mind prison Henry built. And if you watched my previous episode's breakdown, I said something doesn't feel right. It feels like this might be part of Vecna or Henry's mind games. And even though I was wrong about that, this is real, I was still right about one thing. This is part of Henry's mind games. This episode gives us the creepiest location, the cave. The cave is different from everything else in the Mindscope. It's quiet, it's empty, and most importantly, Henry can't reach it. It's like the complete opposite of the Upside Down. Even Henry seems afraid of this cave, which is wild because we've never seen Henry or Vecna scared of anything. Now, I'm not gonna deep dive into the why yet. That deserves its own entire video, which I will be doing after this one. But I'll just say this, something happened to Henry before all of this. Something big enough that the cave exists as a blind spot, even inside his own mind. The show clearly wants us to notice that. And the surprise twist ties into this. We find out Henry and Will's mom, Joyce, actually went to the same school as kids. That feels random at first. If Henry had even the smallest link to Joyce's childhood, that means the Byers family connection to the Upside Down might not have started in Season 1. It might have been faded from long before. Meanwhile, Eleven and Hopper are on their own mission. They infiltrate the underground compound thinking this is where they'll find Henry, or at least something about how to stop him. But the vault they break into is not what they expected. Inside the cell, instead of Vecna, they find Callie, aka 8, Eleven's old friend or rival from Season 2. This reveal works on a few levels. It brings back a powerful kid storyline the show left hanging for years. It clearly signals the government still wants to weaponize these kids. It forces Eleven to confront someone who represents who she could have become. And Hopper being there just adds emotional weight. I said this in my previous episode breakdown. Hopper is an enabler for Eleven now. He is there to remove all the obstacles. And we saw that firsthand in this episode. But Hopper is watching the past collide with the present. The lab returning, the kids returning, the experiments returning. It's that classic Stranger Things layering where the personal drama wraps around the sci-fi storyline. Then we get one of the coolest sequences of the season, maybe even the entire series. The Demogorgon outbreak at the military facility. I'm not gonna lie, this whole stretch feels like Stranger Things doing a mini monster movie inside the episode. Soldiers firing everything they have, alarms blaring, the corridors filling with smoke and screams. It's chaotic, brutal, and honestly, the show hasn't felt this intense for a long time. And as everything collapses, you start realizing the government has totally lost control. The monsters are back in full force, and humanity looks outmatched. This episode belongs to Will Byers though, hands down. It finally happens. Will's connection to the Upside Down isn't just trauma or visions, it's a power. And if you remember in my first episode breakdown of Season 5, I said, Will is special. There must be a reason why Vecna came for Will. And this episode tells us exactly why that is. When the Demogorgons attack and all hope seems lost, Will taps into the hive mind. His eyes go white, his nose bleeds, the Demogorgons freeze mid-attack like puppets whose strings got yanked. And then, this is the crazy part, he controls them. He literally breaks the Demogorgons' bones and kills them and saves everyone. This isn't Eleven's telekinesis. This isn't Henry's psychic domination. This is something completely different. Will isn't fighting the hive mind, he's a part of it. And remember, Will literally drew a map of something he should never be able to know or understand. But he did it, and now he finally found his power, and he can direct the hive mind. That is the crazy part. It's the first time the series has shown that the kids who got taken in season 1 might actually be the key to ending all of this. Stranger Things has always been framed as 11 versus Vecna, but after this episode, it feels way more like Will versus Vecna is the real final showdown. Think about it. Will was marked first. Vecna has always had a connection to him, and now Will's able to control the Upside Down's creatures. It's full circle. The first victim becomes the final weapon. So with everything episode 4 reveals, Max's cave hints that Henry's power has limits, Callie returns, expanding the Psychic Kid storyline right before the finale, the government is clearly losing the war, and Will steps into his full role as the counterforce to Vecna. It's like the show is saying all the pieces that started this story are now coming back to finish it. And trust me, I'll definitely be doing a standalone breakdown about Max's cave and what went down with Henry there, because that scene has huge implications for how Volume 2 might end. And obviously, I will be doing a Volume 1 breakdown as well, just so that we have something to go by as far as a prediction into Volume 2 based on everything that happened in Volume 1. Alright, that's my review and my explanation of Episode 4, The Sorcerer. This episode blew the door wide open, and honestly, if this is the halfway point, I can't imagine how insane the finale is gonna be. If you watched my breakdowns of the last 3 episodes, you already know the drill. Let me know what moments shocked you the most, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive video. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.